everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. In today's game, a pair of corners will be daring quarterbacks to throw their way on defense. It's the Chargers going up against the Chiefs. With that, it's time to hook up with our commentators in the booth. So we turn it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Larry, as always, it is a frenzied atmosphere inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. A minute ago, Arrowhead was rocking. The offense led out by all-pro tight end Travis Kelce as the Chiefs get set to match up with Phillip Rivers and the now Los Angeles Chargers. And a welcome in, everybody, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, so much gets made about offensive comparisons. Here's a matchup where the defenses may just take center stage.
Yeah, we're usually talking about guys scoring touchdowns. How about the guys who prevent them and change the momentum of the game when they take the ball away? I love those ball hawks in the secondary. People after my own heart.
Here's Travis Coons now ready to get this one started. And into a sea of red, we're underway in Kansas City. Akeem Hunt now to return. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The four-game losing streak no more for the Kansas City Chiefs, and Alex Smith leading the offense onto the field. And maybe those Mahomes whispers that were starting to go around. No, not anymore. Alex Smith, 268 yards in the game. And the Chiefs, 7-6. Hey, they're tied for the division lead.
Yeah, tied for it and feeling very good about the spot they're in, having beaten Oakland now, getting ready for a showdown with the Los Angeles Chargers. And Alex Smith was also helped by Kareem Hunt, 116 yards on the ground.
Now a play fake here on first down. He finds an opening past the 40. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A good pickup there at 22.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
On first down, it's Smith. Out to the right here to Wilson. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Now the rookie from Toledo, this is Kareem Hunt. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. The starters on defense here for Los Angeles.
Isn't it funny, Brandon, back in the good old days, we rarely spotlighted defensive tackles, but in this case we have to. Corey Legent is one of those guys who's been a base player, taking on double and triple teams. Now he shed a little weight in the offseason, trying to get a little quicker, wants to make a few more plays upfield.
Third and 2, Smith. He is going to find Hill here. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. A Kansas City first down. Smith finding Hill that time.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. Third down conversion here is big.
That's what they were aiming for. You want to keep moving the sticks, get into a rhythm, gain confidence as you go along. And right now, mission accomplished.
Smith going to give this one to Hunt. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now, Charles, you noted earlier, Kareem Hunt 116 yards last week in their victory, and he had gotten quiet after a hot start to the season.
Yeah, he kind of went quiet as the team went quiet, didn't he? And now they need him, and he jumped back up there. Still, with that quiet spell, 2nd in the league in rushing. Went over 1,000 yards for the season, week 14, with 116 yards against the Raiders. But how about this one? Scored a touchdown in the game, hard as it is to believe. His first touchdown since week 3. Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
From the gun on third down, Smith. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Melvin Ingram coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
On 4th down, on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. Travis Benjamin deep for the Chargers. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. So time to see the Los Angeles Chargers offense operate, led by Phillip Rivers. Remember, this crew, they started out 0-4 this year, now 7-6. Recently a 4-game win streak after a 30-13 victory last week over the Redskins.
So what does that make them, the 7th team ever to go from 0-4 start to over 500 at some point during the season? They're also trying to channel the 1992 Chargers that went from 0-4 and won their division that year.
And they have a real chance to do that. They're tied to top the division with Kansas City right now. They go play action here on first down. And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on it and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. 2nd down now after the pass completion. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
They go back to Gordon here on first down. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. This offense has talent, and certainly Keenan Allen, he has a lot of talent.
And he plays so hard each and every week. He's a guy who demands the football.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. of the gun. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5. And a glance now at the Chiefs' defense.
Tamba Hali is one of the players you absolutely have to respect in the NFL. Goes about his business the exact way you want to. 100% day in, day out. Plays the run, plays the pass, and knows how to get to the quarterback. And what they've done really well with him in Kansas City, taking care of him as he's gotten older. They've cut down the number of plays that he's been on the field for, but his percentage of getting it to the quarterback continues to rise. Tamba Hali is the guy you want on third down when it's time to go get the QB.
Throwing, Rivers. And that's complete to Gates. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And the Chiefs now getting set to go. And, you know, their previous possession, they were able to move the football, but still wound up punting in the end.
You know, in 2016, Carolina had a 20-play drive that lasted over 10 minutes. And remember how it ended?
In a punt.
Yeah, I mean, how does that happen? You just don't see that happen every day.
And this one maybe not quite that bad, but still, you'd like to have a chance for points if you hold the football that long.
Agreed.
First and 10, Smith. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
On second down, here's Smith. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards. On first down, Smith. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Smith with a give to Hunt, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
They'll run again with Hunt. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be third down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And 3 full yards here for the offense to get on third down. From the gun, here's Smith. And this is going to be incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. So on 4th down, Andy Reid decides to send in the field goal unit. This from 54 yards away. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a scoreless game. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line. The first down throw here for Rivers. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He got 29 yards that time.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run because we envision them in offenses, catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. So the offense lining up 1st and 10. Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on 2nd down. From the gun, Rivers looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to hit Melvin Gordon there, and it's 3rd down.
Let's phrase this delicately, okay? Might have had a better option instead of throwing the football into double coverage.
He was blanketed. I was surprised that he went his direction.
Yeah, should have thought maybe about the check down, take the completion, keep moving.
On 3rd down, Rivers into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Reggie Ragland, and his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
They'll start with Hunt on the ground, and he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Returning, it's Benjamin. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. And the Chargers coming out on the field now. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly. And that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Throwing again. Rivers on 2nd and 10. Benjamin with it over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent. And they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a different story. Long night.
On 1st and 10, Rivers. It's caught on the right side, Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 more on that one, and another first down. 1 quarter in the books here on a Thursday night. 0-0 our score, and we're back to Arrowhead after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Back now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Chargers here with a football, and they've got it here with a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A Charger first down. Rivers hooking up with Allen.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Gordon on first down. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. I'm no offensive mastermind, but of all the guys on the field to block, you might want to stop him.
Look, I've got a very simple rule. An unblocked defender is usually your best defender, and he ended up making the play there.
Now a 2nd down throw for Rivers. He's going to let this one go deep. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Rivers. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. On 4th down, Anthony Lynn says, let's go for 3. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. And Coons connects on this one. It's good. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. And we were scoreless up until this point in the 2nd quarter. Now we finally have a little action.
Let's see where this action takes us. First quarter, no points at all. Now we've got our first score of the game. Well, does that signal that we're going to get more as we go along? Or will it revert back to what we saw in the beginning of the game?
Coons back out now to kick this away after the made field goal. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. They go play action to Hunt. Now Smith. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down. Well, that gives us a chance to take a step back and look at last week in the NFL. We had two teams clinch playoff spots officially, Charles. The Eagles and the Steelers are in.
How about that? We always talk about December being playoff time, right? The drive. And the Eagles and the Steelers both know that they're in the tournament, as the players like to call it. The Eagles as NFC East champions, although they did lose their quarterback, Carson Wentz, in the big win over the Rams.
Now Hunt. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves him needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Foreseeing completion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
On 3rd down, Smith. He's got it to West on the dump off. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Kansas City. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. The Chargers getting set to go. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
He'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
This is Gordon as they go to him again. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. While other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the broken tackle. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. Well, winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game, but when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground.
They'll try to throw here. Rivers caught on the left side by Benjamin. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Rivers to Benjamin, good for the Charger 1st down. First down, Rivers. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. So 2nd and 10 here. To throw again. Rivers. Henry's got it out on the left side. A big play there for L.A. 44 yards. A nice little completion there by Phillip Rivers. And you and I were reading the article yesterday, 5th grade. Rivers had to do a project where he had to make a poster about his dreams and aspirations. So he clipped out a football player from a magazine article and pasted his face on the helmet. That's what he wanted to be, and it turned out okay.
Not so bad at all. Remember, he's the son of a coach. And on that play, I think he made the old coach proud with that completion.
Rivers again. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Travis Coons now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. Coons out to kick now as he'll send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Kareem Hunt and the rest of the offense making their way back out there. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you've got a chance to come back to it when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Well, still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Here's Smith on the option left. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know. Defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. The Chiefs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. A shotgun snap for Smith. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. The Kansas City first. Smith finding his fellow Pro Bowler Kelsey.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Now a first down throw. It's Smith. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Joey Bosa in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Play action. It's Smith. And going deep for Hill. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
Offense.
Well, they've already allowed 3 sacks in this first half. Now a holding penalty.
So I think drastic measures had to be taken, right? The regular way was not working. He was getting hit almost every snap, it felt like. They had to try and keep him upright.
They run with Hunt. And able to find a little space. He gets us up over the 15 to the 16. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. To throw is Smith. Trying to lay one up deep. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly 3rd and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the first down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now, standing just outside his own goal line. He won't go down. 44-yard punt, return of 9. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And the good news, his team's winning. The bad news, he hasn't had the game that he's hoped to, at least to this point here in the 2nd quarter.
And a lot of that is pride, because these types of backs want to be in the center of all the action and leading their team to victory. They'll take the win right now, hoping to jump his game up as this one moves on.
And he probably wants a little bit more of the spotlight going forward. They go play action here on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Give him 30 yards there.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And able to work his way down to the 16. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Arrowhead after this. Reminder that when halftime rolls around, Larry Ridley will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. So 2nd and 9, the defense looking to put them in a bad spot here. From the shotgun, it's Rivers over the middle, and it's incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target, and that'll make it 3rd down.
We always talk about receivers. If the ball hits your hand, you're supposed to haul it in, but it is hard to adjust to a pass thrown a little bit behind you.
That one was all the momentum going forward. Couldn't contort his body back to grab it. The Chargers on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun, Rivers. And that is incomplete. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. And Coons connects on this one. It's good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
Coons back out now to kick this away after the made field goal. Fielded about a yard deep. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Smith on first down. And Hill with it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A very solid gain of 27. On first down, Smith. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. And now it's second down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Second and 10, Smith again. And he comes back with one complete. And he's brought down. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit. And another first down. On first down, it's Smith. The tight end, Kelsey, has it over the middle. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. I know when you got a top tight end like this, you want to get him involved, but when you do, you're hoping for more than that.
You certainly are. You got to try and get him some space where he can make a play downfield, or at least an opportunity for some rack yardage, right? That run after catch.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. To the air again, Smith. Caught out left side by Robinson. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. The Chiefs on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Throwing again is Smith. And this is going to be incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And Butker able to put this one through. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. Brandon Oliver now on the return. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here now a look at Melvin Gordon. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, trying to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Rivers on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. Rivers now to throw on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. And welcome back. The offensive unit, they took the timeout. And now they get set to line up as we resume action. Rivers now on second down. He's airing it out for Williams. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back. But that's one step in the proper direction.
The Chargers on third down, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be third and forever. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. Here's Drew Kaiser now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And he'll get this up only to about the 22. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Defense has always talked about earning the right to rush the passer on third down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down.
All right, Brandon, we'll see if I can get through this without being skipped as we welcome you to our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Chiefs are behind right now, but the home crowd should give them a boost. The Chargers will want to come out after the half and really put the pressure on from the start. All right, let's do it. Here's a look at the first half highlights. Now 1st and 10. Henry's wide open here on the catch, and he'll eventually be brought down, but not before getting to the 27-yard line. Chargers with the ball midway through the second. Henry's got nobody around him on the catch, and he'll eventually be brought down, but not before getting to the 2-yard line. Sticking with the same drive, Rivers is going to complete the pass, and he caps off the 6-play drive with the score.
All right, Larry, these two teams back out there as we get set and ready for this second half. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And now running right through it. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. A first down throw here for Rivers. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. Well, I'm kind of glad that's incomplete because it gives me a chance to talk about the snow game from this last week that everyone was buzzing about. Indianapolis and Buffalo, how awesome was that snowstorm?
Oh, it was unbelievable. Did you help remove snow from the stadium prior to? Because the Bills were paying $11
Yeah, they were looking for volunteers.
For volunteers and tickets. But once the game started, trying to see the guys out on the field, luckily the Bills wore all red. But how about the extra point to send the game to overtime? Adam Vinatieri, what did he do to get that done?
Yeah, so it was 7-6. He went out for the extra point. He intentionally kicked it right of the right upright, and the strong gust of wind pushed it in. The Bills initially were celebrating. They thought he missed it. No, Vinatieri knew what he was doing.
So he played the wind, knocks it through, and ended up being, what, a 43-yard
Yeah, it was a 43-yard extra point.
So reminiscent of the kick he made with
against
New England
Oakland.
Against Oakland in the snow in the Tucker Rule game.
On third down, Rivers. Got a man, it's complete. Williams. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A good pickup there of 20 yards. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. From the gun, Rivers. Over the middle, he's got Tyrell Williams. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback has to slide and find open space to throw.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
The Chargers on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball and pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short. That's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Working out of the gun, Rivers. It's complete right side to Benjamin. And he's brought down. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. On 1st and 10, Rivers. That's complete. It's Gordon. And they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now a handoff here to his running back. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. Second and goal. Defense digging in again here. And he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. A great effort there. Taking it in. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. A 10-play drive that time. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Kuhn's out to kick now as he'll send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now a play fake here on first down. Caught, Kelsey, left side. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. From the gun, here's Smith. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. This is Hunt, and he's got room. Whoosh. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They go play action to Hunt. Now Smith. And some room to maneuver. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down. Now it's Hunt. And a short gain down to about the 33. Give him 3 on the play, and that's going to make it third down and less than a yard. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
On third down, that's Hunt. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
first and 10. Smith. He's got it to West on the dump off. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll bring up second down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith going for it all. And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelsey, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Chiefs are able to draw a bit closer. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
The previous play is under review. After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. It's up. It's good. That'll make the scoreline 20-10. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Butker now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
They'll try and get the ground game going. Here's Gordon. And he is knocked down from the side. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
He just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
Second down, offense behind the sticks here. 2nd and 13. From the gun, Rivers. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry. And it's 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Third and long for Rivers. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Third down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
Here's Drew Kaiser now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. That's pulled in at the 32. 12 yards on the return that time. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. Alex Smith and company heading back out there now. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive. Here's Hunt. And some room to work. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards.
For so many years, I was convinced it was a myth, because you always hear about the smaller running back. Oh, he gets lost, you can't find him, and sometimes that's part of his genius. But it's true. You get behind big offensive linemen, the defensive line guys trying to find him, trying to peek around people to see him, and he gets lost. But this guy gets lost in a good way for his offense, picking up big yardage.
They run again with Hunt. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
They'll run. This is Hunt. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll run it now. This is Charkandrick West. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point you've got to win at the point of attack, and on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
So on 4th down, Andy Reid decides to send in the field goal unit from the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And the kick by Butker is good. And that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a one-score game at 20-13. So a good kick there, and they wrap up the drive by putting 3 on the board.
And let's face it, you're not always going to come away with 6. Defense in the NFL are just too good. But you've got to come away with something. And there, they get 3.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Phillip Rivers now gears up to take the offense back out there. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the first quarter, good second quarter, and now continuing that here in the third.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in the team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor. He's going to go for a big play downfield. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect. Ten yards still left on second down. Now movement up front. I think they're going to get one of the Charger linemen.
False start, offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Still second down.
Penalty. Here's Gordon. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Nothing there, no gain, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 15.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one. They said plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and 15. Back near his goal line, Rivers. Fighting his safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd. Here's Drew Kaiser now. He's been terrific so far. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Kareem Hunt and the rest of the offense making their way back out there. And after a sluggish start, he's really bounced back. The numbers bear that out.
And you're a baseball guy, partner. How many at-bats over the course of a baseball season?
Oh, boy, 4 in a game.
Yeah, about the 4 in a game.
4 times 162.
350 or so, right? Sometimes it takes a while for a guy to get going. That's my point. It's not the first few carries. You don't worry about that. As they go along, get that guy lathered up, get those blocking assignments down. Those 2-yard gains turn into bigger gains as the game moves along.
Smith on first down. Caught by Wilson. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Play action. It's Smith. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. When tapping those toes, he tried to get both in bounds. He could not do it, though.
In tap dance parlance, could not complete the shuffle. All right, needed to get that shuffle down with both feet, not just one.
Is that what they say?
There it is. You know, put a little sand down on the stage.
I'll take your word for it, my man. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
When a good play is made on defense, Oftentimes, leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop them short of a first down.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. It's the Chiefs with a football, but with work to do on the scoreboard. They trail as we start quarter number 4. Andy Reid, some say always unpredictable, and here he says we're going for it on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Now a first down throw. It's Smith. And his throw here's incomplete. His favorite target, Travis Kelce, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. Back to the air, Smith on 2nd down. On target over the middle to Hill. And he's going to get this inside the 30. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. First down, it's Smith. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Joey Bosa in there to get him for a loss of 5.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's 2nd and long. They'll fake it. Now Smith. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This will be 3rd and 15. Smith. And that is incomplete. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that'll bring them back within 4. So an interesting call there to take the three. I guess they're thinking their hands were tied, but in the fourth quarter, that field goal, it really might not help them much at all.
Yeah, I mean, you still need a touchdown. Another field goal does you no good, so it'll be interesting to see what the media reaction is if the score stays where it is.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's caught inside the 25. Rivers to Allen on the hook up there. And even 60 yards.
Today's receivers in the NFL, they're the complete package nowadays. We know they can run, we know they can catch, but they have those big frames now. So oftentimes they just out-physical guys downfield and go up and catch the football. And we saw a big gain as a result on that play.
Red zone opportunity. The busy night continues for Gordon as he gets it here. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. Something to think about with these Chargers. They had 4 losses a season ago when leading with 3 minutes or less.
So you think that their fans right now, they're hopeful, but not necessarily expecting it to go their way.
Yeah, not counting their chickens just yet. On 3rd and 1, here's Rivers. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. After the interception, here's Smith. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Six yards to go here on 2nd down. A shotgun snap for Smith. Wilson snags it left side. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Now Smith. And he's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on 1st down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Off of play action, here's Smith. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Harris. And, a big collision there. He's hit and knocked backward. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Chief linemen might have moved.
Offense.
So that one will be accepted.
Still 1st down.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. A gain of 32 that time.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. To the air again, Smith. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. DeAnthony Thomas, a 7-yard touchdown ground. And the Chiefs have taken the lead here in the 4th. So from 3 scores down, these guys have fought all the way back to grab the lead. And I'll just tell people what happened when they went up 3 scores. I wrote onto your paper 2 words, game over, and now I'm eating those words. I was wrong.
A little salt, a little pepper, goes down pretty easily.
I will admit when I make a mistake.
Well, it looked like it was going that way. This is one of those paging Frank Reich moments, and I can't believe I just brought that up because Frank Reich at Maryland in college did it to my Tennessee Volunteers, and that was a big reason why my team lost.
Sounds like you still harbor some pain from that game.
You know, we still got a little time to work it out with the doctor.
Butker now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And the interception that ended their previous drive, that might be one we look back on and say that was the turning point of this game.
Hey, partner, guess what? There's still time for a few more turning points in this ball game. They're only one score down.
Yeah, true. We could have some twists and turns. Stay tuned. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Travis Benjamin that time. And it's second down.
The out route's such a timing route that sometimes the guy throwing the ball just throws it almost blindly, just kind of counts on that timing winning. And in this case, the ball was batted away.
Now Rivers going to give to Gordon on the draw. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Nice job there defensively on third down. Not only did they string the play out, but they didn't allow any room for a cutback. Really well organized on the defensive side.
The Chargers on third down, just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. A gain of 19 and picking up the first.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
Fresh set of downs here. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. A first down throw here for Rivers. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. Throwing again. Rivers. He's got the rookie from Clemson, Mike Williams. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
On third down, this is Melvin Gordon. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. Now a play fake here on first down. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down.
man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. Throwing again, Rivers on 2nd and 10. That's complete. It's Gordon. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It'll be a gain of 4, and they're going to have a 3rd down. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. From the gun, Rivers. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Here's Drew Kaiser now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And now here comes Kansas City. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They go play action to Hunt. Now Smith. He's going to air one out. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Holding offense.
Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
Here's Smith. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Smith going to give this one to Hunt. Brought down around the 16 or 17. Showed some tough running, but couldn't free much space. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. 3rd and long, it's Smith. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. first kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Now Benjamin. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Charger offense making their way back out there. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And, of course, the quarterback in this situation, he's realizing time is becoming a factor. Let's see if they can get some points on the board here late. Rivers on 1st down. This is Gordon on the dump off. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And let's see what the defensive coordinator may have up his sleeve here to try to get this final last stand and win this football game. On 1st and 10, Rivers. Wide open, it's Allen, complete. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
They make so many catches that are so tough, so acrobatic, so difficult, that often surprises me when they actually turn the ball over. You know, when the ball actually comes free. It's amazing sometimes because of what we see them do on so many different plays.
Had the catch, but couldn't control it on the contact. And now here comes Kansas City. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
And a great spot to start this drive from here. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. They'll try the right side this time here with Gordon. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Chargers have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter.
And touchdown, and congratulations, and zero relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Yeah, part one is done, but now on the sideline, you can already see them scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Kuhn's out to kick now as he'll send this one away. This is taken at the 3. Oh, what a move. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so
well.
Go to something else.
And maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
He'll look to throw. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Joey Bosa in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Back to throw. Room here to run. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. He's back to throw. And Robinson with a big catch. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. They'll look to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. He's at the 40. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they've got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball is so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. Victory formation time for the Chargers. They take a knee. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look. A kneel down here from Rivers, and that should be it. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal, that's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say good night from Kansas City.